Hey everyone, NWA Prepper here. So it's a sunny day, but it's a little breezy, so I apologize ahead of time. So I want to come to you today to talk about sometimes a hard lesson to learn. Sometimes it's not, but this was my lesson for the weekend. We needed to make a repair and we're unable, let me rephrase that. It's not that we were unable. I could not quickly and easily access something that we needed to make the repair. It's not that we didn't have it. I could have went out, gotten a first aid kit, got in another kit, gotten another box that I know right where they are, but it would have been a matter of going outside and taking another 10 or 15 minutes to locate the item, then to have to replenish it and put it back in. And it made me think that this is something I should have had easy access to anyway. I can't believe I didn't. Before I started in the world of preparedness, this is something that would have been in the junk drawer in the kitchen. Safety pins. What a often overlooked item. And we all have those items in our lives. Things that we use all the time or on a consistent basis. I don't use safety pins all the time, but I do use them several times a year. And think of them more than that. And I'm like, oh, well, they're out in the first aid tub, or they're out in my first aid kit in the truck, or there's some over here. Why did I not just have them in a centralized location? I don't own a sewing machine, so it couldn't be with the sewing machine. So what I thought is that obviously I went and bought some safety pins. And I'd already spent some of my prepping budget for this 2 weeks, so I really only had about $9 or $10 left in my budget, which for some reason I didn't spend when I bought canned corn the other day. I don't remember why I didn't. Nonetheless, so I had about $10 left in my budget, and I thought, what have I used lately that I have regretted not having easily available? I came up with wonderful things that I had. Eyeglass Repair Kit. I happen to know there's one on the mantle, there's one in my son's room, there's one in my daughter's room, and there's one in our room. And those are just normal everyday access items. And there's one in the bathroom. I've scattered those around our vehicles and our home because we use them frequently. Everyone in my house has glasses. And so we use those pretty regular for tightening screws or replacing pads and things. Oh, good girl. My puppy dog's out here with me, and she's far from a puppy. She's an old lady, but she's outside with me today. Anyway, so I thought, okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. And I've had to do a repair on a button and a pair of pants, work pants, that were totally fine for me to just sew up the tear, because they weren't Sunday go to meeting clothes or anything. So what I did this week was I went and got safety pins, 2 sizes, there's 200 of these little ones, and then there's 55 of these. So now this is a little zipper bag that I'm going to add as many of these as I can into this bag to combine them before I put these somewhere else. So that also brought up something else that I didn't have readily available the other day, and that was a sewing kit. Now this is what I ended up finding, and this is okay. You know, it's just this is a little dollar just a little dollar sewing kit. You know, tiny pair of scissors, a needle threader, which I use every time, a thimble I use every time, some needles, a straight pin, buttons, 2 safety pins, a little pin cushion, which is just that piece of foam there, and a few things of thread. I think there's 9 yards of just assorted threads, right? Odds and ends. So that's what I had, and it had been used 2 or 3 times, so I didn't have everything in there. So what it made me want to do is replace it, of course, and then I bought this little kit here, which this kit has a measuring tape, a seam ripper, more pins, more safety pins. So basically everything the little one had, a real pin cushion, which I like. I don't know why I do. I guess because Mom and Grandma did. More thread. Then I need a little needle box that holds all the needles, and some other odds and ends. Some ball pins, like stick pins. Measuring tape, I think I already mentioned. So this has several items in them. And what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to take this kit and augment this one and put this in my laundry room, where I will put this. So we have a kit for repairs in our laundry room that's more robust than this little guy. Now these things have saved my bacon a lot of times. And then the last thing that I found that I thought was really neat that was $1 is this little travel kit right there. It's got 10 pre-threaded needles in there with some of the most popular colors, and about 32 inches of 32 inches of polyester thread. So this is what, and it's in a little container. So this is what I'm going to toss in my truck. I know I already have one of these in my bug out bag, but I really liked it, and so I got all this stuff for $10, a little less than $10, right? And then the safety pins, because I didn't have easy access to a safety pin, and I find that unacceptable. Thanks for watching. I hope that whatever your safety pin is of the week, that you were able to find it easily accessible and you were glad that you had it. Let's get ready.